and welcome back to Zalora Talks, the podcast where Asia's online fashion, beauty, and lifestyle destination comes alive. This is your host, Yasmine, and I hope everyone's doing really well and keeping it safe out there, wherever it is you're tuning in from. It's currently day, God knows what, of me wearing my workout clothes, and before anyone thinks of anything else, yes, they're clean. I just happen to have amassed quite a few leggings and yoga tops since going into lockdown. I mean, right now I'm wearing a sweater. As a former fashion editor, it seems as if my styling repertoire has taken a little bit of a backseat. To be honest, it really isn't a bad thing, but more of an observation of how my love for fashion / dressing up has been replaced by worn out joggers and sweatpants. Now, if you're anything like me, you'll know what I mean by this. It's a rainy day, you've been cooped up indoors for the longest time, and the last thing you want to do is dress up for a Netflix marathon of RuPaul's Drag Race. Even as quarantine regulations start to ease up, I find myself gravitating towards basic pieces, like super basic pieces. A t-shirt, pants with preferably a waistband, and some sandals, and then I run out the door. It's usually to buy groceries. But looking back, I really do miss getting excited just to dress up for a dinner on a Friday night, or even brunch with some girlfriends, social distancing in mind, thank you very much, at the hottest cafe in town, maybe. Which is why for this episode, we're bringing back the joy of fashion through the eyes, voices, some of the region's most exciting girls. For those of you living in the Philippines, you might know her from her fabulous adventures on the streets of Fashion Week or her cheeky sense of style. We have fashion stylist Laureen Uy in the house. What up?
Hello, thanks for having me.
Hello. Our next guest is founder of sustainable clothing brand Nook Studios and Indonesia's fashionable sweetheart, Amelia Bunjamin.
Hi, everyone. Hello.
And last but not least, serving us hotness all the way from Singapore, it's Camira Asrori. Hello and welcome.
Hey, it's me.
Hi. My God, I just sounded like Graham Norton for a little bit right there. Or like someone from some Miss Universe pageant, like the host from it. Yes, from Singapore. Yes, Camira Asrori. First things first, I want to get into the crack of this. How did each of you end up making a name for yourselves in the world of fashion? Let's start with you, Laureen.
Okay. Hi. First off, I'm so excited to be here. Honestly, I feel like I have been missing seeing all my international friends. So this sort of reminds me of that. I mean, they can just listen to us, but saying hi. You guys are all amazing. How I started in the industry, I feel like as early as maybe 10 years old, I was already into fashion. And it just kept growing and growing. My mom was very much into styling, and so was my sister and my brother as well. So I feel like it runs in the family. Basically decided to intern when I was 15 years old, when I was in third year high school. I remember I really wanted to just pour my love for fashion into something else. And eventually it led me to having an online clothing shop. And mind you, this was when online shops weren't a big thing back then. This was 2009,
that's like almost 10 years ago.
I know, more than 10 years ago.
Math sucks, by the way, guys.
And then I started blogging eventually, and it led me to where I am right now. And I'm so happy that I'm still doing what I love, and it just keeps growing and growing.
Camira, do you want to go next?
My story is almost similar with Laureen. So basically, I've always loved dressing up as a kid. I love to mix and match, play with colors and all of that. And I also did like fashion illustrations in school. So I think that's when I started realizing that I'm actually pretty good in fashion, when I was 16 years old. So that's when after that I studied fashion in a local art school in Singapore, LaSalle. And that is when I started to really share my love for fashion on social media, because that was when Instagram just started.
Yeah.
And it was like the whole OOTD phase. So yeah, I was writing it. I was I think the first few ones to write that wave. So that's when I actually started my career in fashion.
Amelia, what about you?
My name is Amelia. But yes, my path is a bit different. My whole family isn't really into fashion. And for me to go into fashion school, I think they really felt like it wasn't the right path at the first time. But then I pushed back and I took fashion in Melbourne. That's when I really, really love fashion, I think, because being in Melbourne and being in Indonesia, like Jakarta, it's totally different. Like the fashion is so much different there. So I think I kind of, absorbed some of that. And when I went home to Jakarta, I started a blog as well. I think it's quite similar now that I think of it. Oh my God. Yeah, it's quite
Everyone's got
similar.
like overlapping experiences.
Yes. So yeah, it's like a small blog at first, and then Instagram start popping up. So, Instagram Live, OOTD, and then it just start from there. Just start, expanding from there, I think.
Go
Do you
for it.
guys remember the lookbook days back then?
Oh my God.
yes.
And you have to be invited. It's super exclusive.
True.
Like, you can't even sign up for that.
Oh my
website.
God,
Yeah.
that
Forget
was
the
like
grits as
20
well. Like
years
there's like
ago.
the full body and then like, the half shots.
Yes. Oh my God.
Oh my God, that was ages. And then now we've got like TikTok.
Oh
I
yeah.
know.
Oh, do you
Yeah.
guys have TikTok?
Yeah.
I know you do.
It's different, actually. It's very much entertaining. But when I started my TikTok account, which was just last year when quarantine started, I had to get used to it because I'm sure you guys feel the same way. Back then, it was just all photos. It was like posing for the photos. And now it's all videos and transitions. And I mean, it's a lot of fun. And what about you guys? Do you guys have TikTok accounts?
No, I do have a TikTok account, but it's just to like stalk people.
Yeah, true that. I just watch it for comedy, but for me, I don't think I'm made for TikTok. I don't feel like my body is made for TikTok.
No, never.
I don't know
say
how
that.
to make it. It's so hard. For me, it's so hard.
Because I mean, for me, right, I can't dance. I mean, I can. I mean, I used to dance, but like, I'm just really clumsy. I'm a really clumsy person. So if anything, it'll probably be like some sort of comedic value to TikTok. But
Yes.
no, you post like some really good like videos, Laureen.
Okay, so I don't know how to dance at all. Zero. So I feel like when I started doing TikTok videos, I tried to dance, but I have two left feet. So that's when I decided to do more fashion how-tos because I feel like there are a lot of women. Even I get inspired when I watch fashion TikTok tutorials and how to fashion hacks, all that. So I feel like, hey, if I learn something, why not share it as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, Amelia, you do quite a lot of like style how-tos on your Instagram even, right?
Yeah. So I do a lot of IGTVs on styling like a particular brand. So whenever like I feel like it, I just create like this whole IGTV on that. And I think that's like how I do it. I don't know if I can do TikTok. I'm trying to learn. So maybe I have to learn from you more, Laureen.
I'm sure you can.
It's so hard for me. I don't know how. I just get so stressed.
Fashion is never stressed, darling. Never stressful. But okay,
Yep,
if there's
yep.
one thing like if you can probably help me out with, right? Especially since you guys are super at doing style how-tos. I'm used to wearing sweaters all the time now. And this is kind of like, I mean, it's not really depressing, but it's just, that joy of dressing up is just kind of diminished and sort of like dwindled down, especially having lived in lockdown for months on end. And waistbands are like my best friend. And that's it. But if you guys have any other like tips or hacks to go from, the gym to like the home to even on like a Zoom meeting, any tips for our listeners? The reality that we're in right now, everyone's living in lockdown and there's just like that joy of dressing up has just sort of like,
Yeah.
but we need something to just kind of like pick ourselves back up again because that's not the end. This is not the end. Sweatpants is not the end goal, guys.
I feel like clothes really make me happy. I'm sure you guys all feel the same way. We love dressing up. And I think that's like one of the things that I actually did cherish even during lockdown. I really find myself a bit happier or I just get more joy when I'm dressing up a little bit even at home. So yes, it's true that I do wear loungewear at home. I sort of have like a uniform.
Yeah.
I can see. So you guys can't see me now, but I am wearing like a silk co-ord, sort of like a pajama. And this is like my go-to wear every day. So I wear a sports bra underneath and I wear these and I have like different ones. And I feel like that gives me a little bit of joy. Like for me, it's not shallow because we all cope in different ways. You know, others cope by working out, others cope by doing something else, you know, like maybe having a new hobby, learning a new thing. Those also inspire me. But I feel like as a fashion blogger, as a fashion lover, one of my outlets is really like dressing up, even when I'm at home. So if it makes you happy, you do you. Like wear what you love to wear, even if you're just at home. That's my thing.
Preach, girl.
Preach.
How do you guys, Amelia and Camira, how do you guys take that into effect at home?
I mean, in Singapore, we can actually already go out and stuff, but I'm still living in. I'm still living in my lockdown outfit. Like I'm in like my PJs, like my night silk gown because I just woke up from a nap. I mean, it's okay to not dress up also because I feel like for me personally, like I've been out and about like nonstop, you know, pre-COVID and like always dressing up and always showing up. And honestly, it gets tiring. So like I'm just really grateful, you know, that we are having this right now. So we can actually really like, you know, wear whatever we want, you know, and really just like do whatever the hell we want, you know. and honestly, it feels great. So if you want to live in your sweats, girl, I think you just go for it. Like cherish this moment because like, you know, once we can start traveling again and once we can like go out, you know, like we will have to like dress up and show up, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to add, like, I'm the total opposite. I haven't left my house. I only have like a few, maybe like vacations here and there, but it's very, very rare. And when I'm in the city, I'm just at home, like at home. So for me, I don't have any outlet where I can wear my clothes. Like, I think my clothes are all crying right now, to be honest. They just want to be worn.
Wear me, don't you miss me? But actually, that's it. You know, like, especially if you guys, I mean, well, not if, you guys are content creators. How do you even come up with all these amazing content from being at home? You're constantly just like locked up. How do you even show up for not just yourself, but for everyone else out there?
I think that during the quarantine, I kind of feel, you know, a bit left out. Everyone's like working out, and during the quarantine, I wasn't doing anything. I was just eating, gaining weight and all that. And I just felt really insecure about my body. So during like last year, during the lockdown, I was actually very insecure about my body and I stopped uploading things for like a hot minute. But then I realized that I really need to just love my body. And it took me the time of the like quarantine and lockdown for me to realize that, because I think for years I've been kind of struggling with how my body is, like some parts of it. I think most girls feel the same way. But actually the lockdown helped me to realize that I'm pretty the way that I am. So after I had that initial thought and I threw it all away, now I'm just like uploading things again. And I'm really happy about my body. So I'm happy.
Good job.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point for this lockdown. Like I actually love myself even more because I spend a lot of time thinking about like what I love about myself and how can I love myself even more and stop comparing myself to other people as well. So that's what helped me get through, quarantine. And then afterwards, I just started being really happy with whatever I uploaded. And I think that's what helped me.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, especially when you're trying to battle your inner demons, like the journey throughout is always what makes you a tougher person, I guess, and coming out stronger on top is just like icing on the cake for me. I think the wildest thing I've ever done was like trying to do CrossFit, and that was a complete failure for me. Like I completely flopped, and then my friends were just like ha ha ha, and I'm like thanks guys, like thanks for the 1,200 calories burned, but now I'm like dead for the next week, so I won't see y'all then. I did cook a lot though.
Yes,
cooking.
I cook so much at home. I was actually quite surprised at myself. I didn't burn anything or didn't burn down the kitchen. I gave myself like a pat on the back.
But did you used to cook before?
I did a little bit, but like not as extensive as now, because now it's like usually I'll meal prep like a salad over the weekend, and then that's it for the entire week. But now I'm doing breakfast, lunch, dinners, and then sometimes it's like a dessert. And I'm like, whoa, I'm like going a step too far now. I'm just gotta like bring it back a bit, because then or else I'm gonna look like Martha Stewart. Or just like, are you gonna turn your Instagram into like this new cooking like feed or something like that? I'm like, no, I'm still trying to be a fashion girl. But, and I came out gaining a few more like pounds, and then I'm like, oh, okay, so this is what happens. Great, pat on the back again.
But it's great that we're learning new things, like even just at home. Have you guys tried any of the food TikTok trends out there? Like Dalgona coffee. I did that.
Dalgona coffee. Yes, I also did that.
How did that turn out? Was it good? Is it worth the hype?
I love my coffee just black. So I found it a little bit too sweet. But it's worth trying. I mean, if you have extra time in your hands, why not, right?
Yeah. What about the feta cheese one and the tomatoes?
I haven't yet. Did you? Was it good? No.
Thing is, I kind of already do that. Put a block of cheese onto pasta and tomatoes, just whack in like a can of tomatoes just to make it look a little bit healthier. That's what I do.
Oh, I did something, but I completely failed. It's I think a wrap, and you put cheese and ham inside, and you put it inside the toaster.
Yeah.
The one where you like cut it. Yeah.
Yeah. It got stuck inside my toaster. So
oh my God.
Completely failed.
Oh my God. Like one of my friends started this like Instagram video thing of like how-tos, but he calls himself like Aunt Jemima, and he just starts putting random things into a waffle maker, and he's probably destroyed it. But he like threw in noodles. He threw in like dim sum. He threw in like
oh
cookie.
My God.
I was just like mortified. I didn't know whether to like congratulate him or just kind of like console him.
For me, like I don't actually like follow every fashion trend. I think you don't necessarily have to do that. I think if it suits your style, then you can try it out. Yeah. So for me, I just like pick and choose. That's just for me. So I don't get burned out by it.
Yeah. What about you, Camira?
Yeah, same as me. Personally, I don't really like to follow trends, but I do like, try it once in a while to, just have fun with fashion. But mostly I like to stick to my style. And that's what like my followers like, very resort wear, summer kind of vibe. Some of the new trends, it's not really my style, like the Gen Z year 2000 kind of vibe. I mean, I do wear it, but I don't like really post it on my Instagram. Yeah, just to try it out, just for fun. Yeah.
Trends really do inspire me. That's one source of inspiration I get when it comes to dressing up. But just like Amelia, you really just have to choose what certain styles would fit your personality. And again, as a former editor, I'm sure you know that trends really just come and go. Like,
it definitely does.
Like a circle, and it goes on and on. And then it comes back, and then it goes on again. So I feel like there are certain styles and pieces inside my closet that I'll never let go of, just because I know like I can keep them and keep re-wearing them over the years. But when it comes to latest trends, definitely I'll just choose what I want. And specifically because I feel like my style isn't so feminine. I'm usually leaning towards more edgy pieces, more boyish styles. I love shopping at the men's section. Mm-hmm. So I feel like those trends and pieces that I would choose, it would just really just complement my style.
Do you have like a trend that's like your no-no, your absolute like no-no? I have one. It's patent leather trousers because I wore that once, and I actually wore them to Fashion Week, and people could hear me coming down the road from like a mile away. And it was just like, squeak.
I used to say that I have like trends that I would never wear, but then after a few years, I would see myself wear them. I end up wearing them anyway. So I feel like when it comes to fashion, I'll just stick to me being open about things. You know?
In the wise words of Justin Bieber, never say never.
Yes.
Never say never.
I feel the same way. Like, I don't think I can like say no completely. Like sometimes I say like, I hate it. And then I go to the mall and then I try it out and I'm like, okay, that looks kind of good. So I can't say no to anything. Yeah.
How about you, Camira?
Same for me. I mean, I said no to Crocs. I just bought one a month ago.
Yeah.
And honestly, it is good. It is good. It's like comfortable, and it's actually really, really fashionable if you know how to style it. And like picking out the Fitbits is so fun.
I'm like screaming
Yeah.
inside, by the way.
But I think if you see my OOTDs, you'll be actually encouraged to buy, because like after that, a few of my followers actually bought Crocs because of that.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I can see the charm of it. Like
Yeah.
Gen Zs nowadays, they
Yeah.
wear the Crocs with socks and all the Fitbit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really just depends how you style it, I guess.
Yes. Try it, ladies.
If you were to, like Laureen, what you said just now, you're going to pick out a trend and then you're going to make it for yourself, right? But if you were to advise to our listeners right now, how would they go about with picking a specific style? You're a fashion stylist, so this is your zone right now. How would you pick a trend out and then make it for themselves, going from day to night, especially now that we're living in, this pseudo quarantine life?
I really just have to go back to you do you. We all have different styles. We all have different personalities. And I feel like when it comes to choosing trends, this is if you are going to buy something, and it's called investing. For me, I feel like you really have to count in your head like the number of times you're going to be wearing it, whether it be an affordable one or a luxurious one. My process in my head is, if I were to see a trend and if I were to buy something new, I look back at my closet. It sounds so weird, but like I can already imagine the pieces, the clothes I already have in my closet, and how many times I'll be able to style it and restyle it. Because for me, I love wearing clothes over and over and over again. It doesn't have to be like the same pair of pants with that shirt. You can style it in so many different ways. You can wear it with a jacket, you can wear it with a cardigan, you can wear it with turtleneck inside. So I feel like if you are to buy something or if you are to get inspired with a new trend, you always got to think, how many times am I going to be able to wear this? You know?
Mm-hmm. Bang for your buck.
It's called ROI, return of investment.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah.
Spending, let's use it all the time.
Hello. ROI.
Yeah.
What about you guys, Amelia and Camira?
For me, I always buy things that, again, like what Laureen said, something that's much more timeless. So if I want to buy something, like I would think in my head a million times, will I wear it more than 10 times? Or will it be like something that I will wear in the next few years? So sometimes I don't follow trends because of that. Because if you buy something trendy, then it will just go out of style really, really quick. And then you can't use it anymore. I mean, you still can use it, but you know what I mean? Like it might just not suit you anymore. So I always tend to go to things that are much more timeless so that I can always like restyle it, wear it again, wear a different outerwear. I have a million outerwears because I love how it can change the look. Mm-hmm. So I think I always invest in a lot of outerwear.
But it's so hot here.
It is. It's super hot here.
How do you do it?
Fashion. In the name of fashion.
Because I feel the same as well. Like I'm wearing a hoodie right now, right? And if I were to go downstairs to my lobby and then people just like look at me like I'm some crazy girl, like who thinks I'm living in, I don't know, Europe or something.
Every time I go to an event, like everyone's wearing like sundresses because it's always like, really hot. So they're always wearing something that's sleeveless or short. I'm always layering it up. So I'm always wearing some sort of jacket and they're like, aren't you hot down there?
I respect your confidence. Yeah. For real, it's 100%. I respect that confidence.
I don't care. I love outerwear, so I'm just going to buy them and wear them.
You do you, boo.
You do you. That's it.
So a lot of it really comes down to confidence and trying to like block all the naysayers, out of the way. Because more often than not, I mean, I'm sure you guys experienced this as well. When you're trying something new or trying a new trend, trying on a new outfit, and you just walk down the road and people must be thinking, oh, this girl's crazy. She's walking down with feathers and like on her top or something like that. Like she looks like a feather duster. I've had that. I wouldn't say it's an insult. Yeah. Like sis, like the amount of like comments I got on that day wearing like a top that had feathers on it, ostrich feathers. Thank you very much. I love the feather duster. They're like, hey, feather duster. But I was just going to wear that. But the issue is, where do you find that confidence? How do you get that confidence to be able to block the naysayers?
I feel like when you're really happy with it's an overall thing for me. If you feel like your hair is on point, your makeup is on fleek, and you love what you're wearing, you'll automatically be confident. And I feel like that's one thing that I treasure a lot. It's because people may say it's like shallow, but for me, when we dress how we dress, it gives people who don't know us even a glimpse of our personality. So I feel like if you really love what you're wearing, then you get to smile more. And a smile is infectious. We all know this, guys. When we smile and we say hi to people, they smile back. And you really never know, like maybe they're having a bad day and you smile at them and it makes their day and they smile. And it just basically makes everyone more positive. So I feel like if I am happy with what I'm wearing, the more reason to smile.
That's a really great sentiment. Amelia, I feel like you would probably, have a lot of things to say about this, especially when it comes to confidence, what you mentioned just now about your body positivity. How did you deal with that? And how did you block the naysayers? Because that was a really tough challenge for you to overcome.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think that we dress for other people, but I think we dress for ourselves. Not think, like I know that I'm dressing up for myself. So dressing up, it's like an armor for my confidence, and putting on makeup, it gives me so much confidence because one, I don't have great skin. Not everybody has great skin. So putting on confidence just gives me an extra boost of confidence. What did I just say? Putting on confidence? Did I say makeup? Oh my God. Okay, sorry.
That could be like a great tagline for a new company, like a makeup company. I'm just saying it.
True that.
Putting on confidence.
For me, like I love shiny things. So I have like shiny things on my eyes. I have bling on my ears and on my neck. And then I wear sequins if I go to like some party. So everyone's like, what the hell is she wearing? You're like a disco ball. Sometimes that happens, but I just take that as a compliment. I think if they're looking at me, then I'm different and I'm showing more of my personality, just like Laureen said. And I'm happy with that. Actually, it gives me so much more confidence that people are like, what are you wearing? I'm like, different than you.
Why blend in when you can stand out?
Yeah, exactly. How can I stand out if I don't wear differently? That's right.
Yeah. Camira, what's your thought on this?
Definitely confidence. I think it's really, really important for you to have confidence. So whatever you wear, you'll be like really, really comfortable. And also I think confidence and then comfort. Because I feel like if you're not comfortable in whatever you're wearing, then you feel like it's a bit off and you start to get like paranoid, like, oh my God, like, like, is this too tight or is this too bright and stuff like that. So I feel like you have to be comfortable in whatever you're wearing. Yeah. So that's the two things that I always go for.
Yeah, I guess it really shows, especially if you're uncomfortable. God knows how many times like my face went like just because I'm wearing something.
Yeah, exactly. For sure. Yeah.
I think especially now we all really like treasure comfort. Before I would still wear heels even if they hurt, like I wear it for an event. But now, ever since last year, I'm all about comfort, style and comfort.
Yeah.
Yes. I think it has evolved to that because previously, like I'm not really tall, so I always wear like a minimum like 10 to 15 centimeters heel just so I could like, show up a little.
Yeah.
But right now I'm like, no, thank you.
I mean, just like
fun fact, when I was in college, I would wear heels every single day. Now, looking back, I don't know how I did it. And when you were asking things that I'd never wear, when I was in college, I used to say, I'll never wear kitten heels, like just 1 or 2 inches. And now I love them.
Yeah.
Case in point.
Yeah.
But like 2 weeks ago, not even 2 weeks. What am I thinking? My God, time is like a banal concept for me right now. Like last week, I went for a friend's leaving do and then / birthday do, and I wore heels, and I could not walk in them. These are the heels; they're just like 3-inch heels, and I was literally just like stumbling across them all. Honestly, I don't know what happened to myself. I'm just kind of like, and then after that, I'm like, I'm just gonna wear sneakers after this. Like, forget it. I'm just gonna wear sneakers. Never again. But I say this, and then maybe like 2 months down the road, I'm probably going to be wearing like 6-inch heels. So just never know.
I feel like it takes time to get used to it again.
Yeah.
Just because we got so used to wearing just comfy slides at home.
Definitely bedroom slippers.
I think when the lockdown is taken away, once we can go back out into the world, I think we would want to wear those beautiful heels. So,
sis, I'll be wearing my couture gown. I'm gonna bring out my couture gown. What up? All the way down to the grocers.
Yes.
Okay, so going back to body positivity, right? There's this huge misconception that body types play a huge role in being able to wear certain trends. What do you guys think about that? You know, I have bingo wings and I'm not afraid to admit them. And that's why I wear a lot of like long sleeve, like tops and stuff like that. But what's your advice and, you know, what are your tips?
You just really have to accept and love your body. And once you accept, flaunt your assets and embrace your flaws. That's my thing, you know? So if I feel like, okay, I have maybe big arms or a lower stomach, then I'll just style it in a way where it can complement everything that I'm wearing. That's why I love playing with clothes so much, because it's really like, it actually accentuates like certain parts of your body. So for me, I see myself as a petite girl. I'm only 5'1". So, and just like with Amelia, that's the reason why I love wearing heels. And there's so many styling tips on how you can make yourself look taller. One, by wearing all nudes, because it sort of stretches you. And this is like from head to toe, even your heels. You can wear all nudes, or wearing high waist shorts would definitely make your legs look longer. So again, if you have an insecurity, you don't have to keep saying that I'm so insecure. I'm so insecure. It's all about embracing it and actually just working around your insecurities or those things.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Do I make sense?
Yeah, totally.
Yes, totally, 100%.
Amelia, do you want to add to that?
So yeah, I have wide shoulders. Like for my body, I'm petite, but I have really wide shoulders and I have big arms. I just, like Laureen said, I find that clothes really emphasize my good parts. And then I use pieces that don't show my broad shoulders. But sometimes actually the broad shoulders help. Like if I wear like an off shoulder, it will look really, really beautiful with, you know, my wide shoulders. So, you know, I always find pieces that are suited well to my body type, and then I'll look so much better. I feel like,
and
if that makes sense.
think we shouldn't be too hard on ourselves as well. Like, I'm sure we all have our ideal body goals, but take it one day at a time. I feel like sometimes if I'm too obsessed about my body, then that's actually the moment where I get so insecure and I get so depressed. And honestly, now is really the right time to think about all those things and just give yourself more positivity, give yourself more love, you know, and again, just take it one day at a time, because that's when the magic happens.
Yeah, that's sure. Right. Because like I used to be like really scared of using like bikinis because I have like a mini, you know, stomach pouch. But because I just got back from Bali and
lucky.
Yeah, I went to Bali because we can go for a short holiday, and I'm also like planning my wedding, so I had to go there.
Congratulations!
Thank you.
Congratulations!
Thank you. So yeah, I wore a bikini and I was fine. Like I wasn't even thinking about what other people were thinking about me, because I usually wear like high-waisted pieces. But yesterday I wore like a normal bikini, and then I was like, yeah, I feel good about myself. So yeah, like Laureen said, take it one day at a time. Eventually you learn to love those, you know, quirks.
I actually did just post a few days ago an Instagram photo of me having a lower stomach. I was wearing a one piece, but you can actually visibly see that I do have a lower stomach. And I actually did share, I think the caption, wait, let me just actually read the caption.
Go for it.
So here, posting a picture of me with a lower stomach because we all gain weight and that's normal. Sometimes I'm in my best shape and sometimes I'm not. Let's not be too hard on ourselves and our bodies. If you have an ideal body goal, take it one day at a time and stay motivated. And that's when the magic happens.
Preach. But the thing is, like,
I thank you. I'm kidding.
Like you know, like you should appreciate it, but at the same time, it's like it's really hard, you know, like especially when you look in front of the mirror, you're like, oh my God, like when will I ever like get rid of this body fat or like belly flab and everything? But it's really hard to take it one step at a time. Like I think it's just human nature for us to just kind of take everything all in one go and try to somehow come up with solutions to everything at the same time. But being able to compartmentalize all those issues and then tackle it one by one, I think that's the hardest challenge.
You just really have to stay focused. I think my workout routine now is really just me focusing on one body part per day, just so I don't overdo it. So for example, if today I'm doing my arms, tomorrow I'll do more core for my lower stomach. And then the next day it's more glute stuff. So if you're too hard on yourself, you'll get burnt out.
Yeah, for sure. Camira, do you ever feel like burnt out?
Yeah, I think we all have our moments, but that's where I talk to my friends and my family, and I get like just motivating words from them.
Yeah.
Sometimes you really just need a sister.
Yeah, you've got your sister Liz.
Yeah, yeah, that too.
Hi, Liz. By the way,
not just a sister, like all your girlfriends and like everyone close to you. It's so important for each other to just inspire each other and lift each other up. That's why for me having this conversation with you girls makes me so happy, especially I'm just always at home, like every single day I clean, I work out. It's sort of like a routine.
We should do another episode of all of us. We'll do like a series.
Doing those chores. Yeah.
Yeah, just doing chores. We'll do like a monthly series or like bi-monthly series. Okay, now going back to fashion again. When we talk about something that's perennial, Amelia, you're an advocate for like, I guess all of us are all advocates for something that's classic, right? What would you say is like your wardrobe must have at this point?
I think right now everyone's going crazy for knits.
Yeah.
Is it happening in your place?
If you have air conditioning, yeah.
Not in Singapore.
It's all the craze here in Indonesia. Like everyone's launching knitwear. So they have like all these knit loungewears. So I think a lot of like good basics, like for me, tank tops really is like a staple. I have just a drawer full of tank tops, like different styles. Again, like outerwear. I don't know, man. I just really love outerwear.
Amelia, you really amaze me. You're like really going for this whole outerwear thing and knitwear.
Exactly.
What's your body temperature like?
I always think like, for me, it's always mind over matter. So whenever I'm hot, I think that I'm in a cool place. Like I always think super hard, like it's cold. So I don't get, I don't sweat. That happens all the time. But if I break my focus, I'll sweat. So I have to think about it.
What about you, Camira?
A very good tailored pair of white trousers. I think that's my favorite style.
White trousers.
Yeah.
Wow, you're bold.
I love wearing trousers, especially white ones. And then in Singapore we can't really travel, right? But fortunately we have like Sentosa and we have a lot of beautiful beaches.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have Tanjung Beach Club.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, we have Rumors Beach Club now.
Oh.
Yeah, something inspired by Bali. So so I also do wear swimwear on a daily basis because of the material actually helps, with the very, very hot weather here in Singapore.
Yeah, actually, that's kind of like Laureen because she wears sports bras all the time.
Oh, yeah. I either wear a sports bra or a swimwear.
There we go.
Yeah.
Are you wearing a bikini right now, Camira?
No, I'm not. I'm wearing I wish. That's my current wardrobe staples. Yeah.
You're super bold with like white trousers because that's something that I can never wear only because I'm the world's clumsiest dresser.
Me too. I can never do like white.
Yeah, I would need something like a plastic like sheath or something over me, then I can wear it. If not, that's it, gone.
I think we need to bring like a bib around with us because like every time I wear white, I have things like falling off everywhere.
I'm gonna bring this up. I'm gonna create fashion bibs. It'll be a trend.
Yeah. I foresee that.
Yeah, fashion bibs, especially for people who wear white all the time. I would definitely buy into that. Guys, if there's any investors out there listening to this, I've got a pitch for you. I'm just saying.
Fashion bib, TM.
Fashion bibs, TM. Okay, Laureen, what's your staple, your current staple?
I love wearing co-ords. So I actually am wearing something similar like this. So I love pajama-like co-ords. Still preferably because it's just so comfy to wear. And for me, if I buy it, I go back to me having so many looks inside my brain. And it's so good because you can wear it as a set or you can wear it separately. So for example, if I wear the shorts, I can also wear it with a white shirt. It'll still look cute. If I wear the polo with just denim shorts, it's fine. But preferably co-ords. Just makes it so comfortable. I can wear it at home and I'll still look cute.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
And it's a bargain too. You get two like for the price of one. I was just like talking to a friend of mine and he's like, bless his heart. He's like a hippie who's just like reinvented himself. And he's like a PE teacher. Anyway, so he was very proud of himself. He got himself like this Ralph Lauren pajama set. And he was so proud of it. He was like, oh my God, guess what? I just got this pajamas on sale. I got them so cheap. I'm so happy. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. You're not really wearing like baggy clothes for once. They're actually kind of structured. And it's like, yeah, I'm going to wear it with like a shirt. And then the next day we went to a friend's birthday and he was wearing it with like a nice tailored shirt with like some proper shoes and like pajama shorts. And I was like, who are you? I was like, wow, you're like a changed person. I'm so impressed. But that's really it.
An applause.
Yeah, like really an applause. Like Suna, if you're hearing this, you're getting an applause. But really, co-ords like the way to go. I really like cannot commend it enough. It's really awesome. And it's super bargain as well. It's like what you get 2 pieces for the price of 1. Perfect. But then I guess you have 3?
Not the same print. That's the same brand. The other one is checkered with neon green and pink. And the other one is lavender and lime with like a sort of a zebra print. So it's the same feel. And I feel like that's my uniform at home.
That's great though. Mm-hmm. You're making me want to go out and then get like a cool now. If I put it up on Instagram, I'm going to tag you and like, hey, Laureen, this is what you made me do. Okay.
Thumbs up. I'll leave an emoji.
Yeah, like thumbs up. Well done. We'll all end up buying it. All 3 of us.
Yeah, I'm just going to go online after this and buy something.
On Zalora, by the way, just.
True.
Yes, always on Zalora.
That's where I got the last co-ords at Zalora.
Oh, no way. Okay, we're going to have to figure it out which one and then we'll put a link down.
Yeah.
I actually got this on Zalora as well. Plug.
Yeah.
Wow. Also a co-ord. There's also a skirt with it, but I'm not wearing it right now.
I would say my hoodie is from Zalora, but they're not. They're from a university that I didn't go to. I'm just one of those people who just like, yeah, I go to Harvard University, but I'm not. Okay, to end, what fashion wisdom can you part with our listeners out there?
Just have fun, I think. Not think so much about your outfit. Just have fun, put on whatever you want, mix and match, different colors, different prints, and just be confident. Yeah, be confident in whatever you picked out for the day. Yeah.
Great.
Okay, I'll go next. Never be afraid to experiment and just be unique. We all get inspired somehow, but deep within you, you know what your style is and you know what makes you confident and what will make you feel happy. So I go back to my first sentence when we started this podcast. You do you, girl.
You do you. Amelia, go for it.
Yeah, I think everybody answered for me already. Just be happy with what you're wearing, be very comfortable with it. And if you're happy with what you're wearing, then just be confident in it. You do you.
You do you. Mine's a little bit different. Mine is don't wear patent leather trousers because... Okay, great. And on that note, we'll have to wrap our podcast. Thank you so much, Laureen, Amelia, and Camira, for coming on board and taking the time out of your crazy, crazy schedules from being on the couch for this episode. It's really been such a great pleasure. It's been super fun as well, really. To all our listeners out there, if you've made it this far, which I hope you have, please don't forget to check out Laureen, Amelia, and Camira's Instagram for some runway to real life inspirations. Now, in the meantime, don't forget to subscribe to our Zalora Talks podcast on Spotify. And of course, follow Zalora on Instagram to keep up to date on upcoming episodes. Until then, this is Amy Yasmine signing out and chat soon in our next episode. Same time, same place here at Zalora Talks. Bye. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much.